Hey everybody, Sheila Magalhaes here, Heartsong Yoga Center. It is Saturday, September 5th. It is Labor Day weekend, and I'm really happy to be back recording a gentle yoga video for all of you. And it's been a while since I've been able to take the time to do this. We've been busy working on other projects here at Heartsong, but I welcome you to Heartsong Yoga at home. I invite you to take what I call a comfortable seat. You might like to put a cushion or fold up a blanket, put something underneath you to kind of prop and lift the hips. Cross-legged is very traditional, but absolutely you could bend out, unfold a knee or both legs or anything that feels right for you. As we begin, I'd like to set an intention and give you the opportunity to do that as well. To let this be a practice of reconnecting body, mind, spirit, heart, all the different aspects of who you are, all the different parts of who you are. And to bring in those beautiful yogic qualities of compassion, acceptance, and loving kindness, which is the foundation of the work that we do. So if you could, close your eyes or look soft past the tip of the nose and shift your breathing so that it's in and out through the nose. Centering, settling, and drawing your attention inward. Making a conscious effort to let go of the demands of the day. To breathe away everything that you did before you arrived here to your space, to your spot in your house, in your home, in your place, wherever you've chosen. And no matter what's swirling around you, you might have a very busy household, there might be a lot of noise, there might be some traffic, wherever you are, other people sometimes come and go. I encourage you to use your breath as an anchor to the present moment and to find a still and quiet space that exists within you, no matter what is swirling around you. Learning to become single-pointed and attentive and fine-tuning your ability to concentrate. Let the practice be one to soothe and calm your nervous system, your mind. Without expectations, you don't have to have a whole lot of experience. We'll keep it very simple. We'll connect breath and movement and move the body in all directions. I'd like to start with a little quote, and it's actually an anonymous quote from a book called Soul to Soul. It says, all you need for doing yoga is your body the way that it is, and your mind to say, you're fine. There's nothing that needs fixing before you can begin. So bringing your hands together at the heart space, the palms together, this is called the Anjaline Mudra, a symbol of deep respect for yourself, for one another. Casting the gaze towards the heart space. And checking in, recognizing that indeed all is well. You don't need to fix, change, or make anything different. In fact, let this be a time where you celebrate who you are, as you are, in this moment. A little body scan as you check inside. Maybe there is a place that needs a little extra attention, a little extra love. And as you bring your awareness towards the heart space, perhaps there's someone in your life who you'd like to also extend a little message of peace and let them know that they too are well and safe and protected. Take a big breath in and let out a sigh, just a soft sigh that's audible, and let your hands fall towards your lap or your knees, and I'll follow along as I guide you, letting your head fall forward, chin towards the hollow of your throat. And move your head a bit from side to side. Might be a little noisy, a little crunchy, crackly. Very normal. You might exaggerate if you like, jutting your jaw. Maybe one side feels different than the other. And know that every time you get on your mat, you have a whole different set of life experiences. Maybe it's simply the way you slept last night, how your head was on your pillow. Sometimes it's tension, stress, and worry that gets lodged in the neck and shoulders and upper back. Huh. If you have tension, stress, and worry, you're not alone. These practices can help ease that away. If you lift your shoulders a bit, your head can fall back even further, and when it does, your chin lifts up towards the sky. Keep breathing in and out through your nose as you move through your practice. Occasionally, a sigh, a yawn, a letting go or falling out breath. And then let your head fall forward, and when you do, bring your torso forward and roll back and around and circle like you're just unwinding that tightness that may have built up in your body. And in the other direction, come around, tipping down. And this circling motion can be very deep and spacious or very close to center. Come back to the center. Lift your shoulders to your ears, squeeze them back and slide them down. Very classic movements to loosen up the joints. Inhale, exhale, back and down. And reach your arms to T and wriggle your fingers. Circle your wrists around. Oh, again, that mobility and of the joints, the flexibility, the pliability of the body. For some, it comes very easy. For others, it's more of a struggle. There's no right, wrong, or best way to be. It's just what it is right now. Inhale, arms rise up. Turn the palms down. Soft exhale, hands lower down, touch the ground. Inhale, arms rise up. Exhale this time, let out a sigh as your hands come out over down. One more time, arms reach up. Exhale, let the hands come out over down. Put your right hand on the floor, lift the left arm up, come across and over in a great big side stretch. Press off the right hand, come across and over and down. One more time, lifting up, big breathing. Exhaling, back to breathing in and out through the nose. It might sound like a whisper or sigh. Inhale up, exhale across. They call it the ocean sounding breath. And back to center. Reach out and turn your thumbs down. Reach back and clasp your hands behind your back. Squeeze the shoulder blades towards each other. Good. And then rock a little bit. And that squeeze may be dropping forward. Arms perhaps coming off your back. Coming back up and squeeze those wingtips towards each other. Release your hands and wrap them around yourself in a great big squeeze. Tuck your chin. Curl in. Notice the quality of the breath. Keep it smooth and even. And come back up. Slide your hands down the arms, past your elbows, forearms and wrists, fingertips, and then shake out your hands. Shake them out. Good. Shake off the stuff of the day. Yesterday, last week, the last 5, 6 months. Let it go. Reach your left hand over to your right knee and squeeze, looking over your right shoulder, a beautiful twist. Come back around and squeeze, look over the left shoulder, big twist. Come back to the center and unwind your legs, stretch them out. If you've got a cushion nearby that you were using, set it aside so it is nearby. Have your feet flat, your hands behind you. Drop both knees to the right. Look over your left shoulder. Bring the knees up across, over to the left. Look over your right shoulder. Come back to the center. Bring the knees across. Reach up your left arm. Press into your right hand. Lift your bottom off the floor and stretch the top leg out and reach the top arm open. It's a pretty wide open stretch called half circle. Swing down your left arm. Come back, across and over, knees to the left, left hand down, swoop up if the wrists or hands are sensitive. Maybe you just come partway up, or you stretch the top leg out, arm up above, swings open. Your eyes look up towards your hand. Maybe you see it, maybe you don't, but you're moving your eyes in that direction. And slowly come back down. As you come to sit, bring the soles of your feet together. Grab a hold of your toes. Scoot your hips a little closer to your heels. This is bound angle as you sit up very tall. Squeeze in through the navel center. Shrug down your shoulders without rounding your back. Come forward so you're looking forward, way out in front of you. Keep the shoulders down and just hold. Easy breathing in and out through the nose. Pressing lightly towards the inner thighs and not worrying about how far down your knees go. Instead, just feel that beautiful stretch. Some would say so happy, so content. Others, a little more challenged. As once again, we recognize our unique abilities, right? The way that we are without comparing to the way someone else is. Come back up. Inhale. Slide your hands up the shins to your knees. Bring your knees together and wrap your arms around your knees. Drop your chin to the hollow of your throat. Rock a little bit from side to side. Good, a soothing rocking motion. And sending yourself just this message that you are taking care, that you are paying attention. Right? This practice of self-care. Lifting your gaze, coming up, release, and come to table position on your hands and knees. And I'll go sideways here. Hands are underneath the shoulders, fingers spread wide, knees are about hip width apart. Lift your tailbone and look up in a dog stretch. Round your spine and tuck your chin. It's a cat curl. Do that again, inhaling, lift the tail, lift your gaze, dog stretch. And round your spine, tuck your chin, cat curl. Come back to the center. Look over your right shoulder and squeeze it down so your spine makes a C-curve shape. Come across and over and look over your left shoulder, squeeze it down. And come back to the center. Curl your toes under, look at your knees, and lift your knees off the floor as you press your hips away from your shoulders. Pedal one heel, then the other towards the ground. This is called downward facing dog. The gaze is towards the navel center. Again, you probably don't see it, but the eyes move in that direction. Squeeze your quads. Press the hips away from your shoulders. If the hamstrings are super tight, bend your knees. The heels are sinking towards the floor, but certainly don't have to touch. Come up on your toes, come down onto your knees, and step your right foot up between your hands. You can stay on the toes of the back foot as you rise up and bring the arms out in a wide V, tipping the head back. Find one spot on the ceiling. Set your gaze just to that spot. Don't let anything distract you. Minimizing the distractions by keeping your attention to one spot is an excellent practice, not on your yoga mat alone, but out in life. Open the arms to T, look forward. Take your left hand, put it on your knee. Your right hand wraps behind your back with the palm facing out. You're looking over the right shoulder again and balancing a little bit as well. Lifting up out of the waist, nice and tall, beautiful squeeze. Unfurl, look forward, and put your fingertips on the floor. Lift your back knee off the ground and hold for a moment, lifting the chin and chest. Runner's lunge. Still breathing in and out through the nose. The shins straight up and down, the knees directly over the ankle. Put your back knee to the floor. Keep your left hand down and spin the right arm up. It's another twist and opener. Now think about the twist, not just through the muscles, joints, tendons, but also internal organs. particularly the digestive system, which loves this squeeze. And bring your hand down. Slide back your right leg, but stretch it all the way back behind you and soft point the toe, lift the chin and chest. Flying cat keeps the right hand down, reaches the left arm out, palm in, thumb up, and hold. Gaze at one spot. Feel the shivering, the shaking as your body fires up to stay upright and balanced. A little core strength as well. Put your hand down, look over your left shoulder and cross your foot so that the toes are on the floor and the heels up, and lift the chin and look over the shoulder. And there's another big side stretch. Opening like a fan on the right side, squeezing in on the left. As you look forward, take the leg up, put the knee down. Curl your toes under and lift the hips up high. Downward dog. Feet are about hip width apart, squeezing the quads, hug the belly in. Let your head hang heavy, free. Let any old stories, thoughts, words, or conversations spill right out of your brain. Come up onto the toes, come down onto your knees, and step your left foot up. Sometimes you have to carry it up and hold for a moment. Knee over ankle, shin straight up and down. Rise up, reach up, arms wide, turn the pinkies in slightly. A little squeeze on that right side of the buttocks, but not clenching. Find the one spot, different from before. Hold. Filling the body with prana, life force that's carried in with every breath you take. Look forward, open the arms wide. Bring your right hand to your knee, the left arm behind your back, palm out. Whoa, and hold yourself up and twist. Find one spot again for the eyes. Look out of the corners of the eyes. And as you move your eyes in these very purposeful ways, it's good exercise for them as well. Feel the openness across the collarbone, the squeeze of those internal organs, and that beautiful pliability of the spinal column, fresh blood supply and oxygen. Lubrication, the body needs that so much. And then turn to face the front, reach down, touch the floor. I'm up on fingertips. It makes it easier. Some people put books or blocks under their hands. And then lift your back knee up, runner's lunge, opening the hip flexor. Lift the chin slightly so there's no crimp or pinch in the back of the neck. Put your back knee down. Keep your right hand down and reach the left arm up. Twist, look up, draw the left hip back slightly. Soft smile on your face, because remember, you're having fun. It's a celebration, appreciating this exploration, body, mind, spirit, heart, paying attention on purpose. Bring your hand down, same thing as the other side. Slide back, carry back your left foot. Reach it out, not too high. Draw the belly in for stability, and the right arm reaches, palm in, thumb up. Hold right here, just hold. Relax the jaw, breathe in and out through the nose. We call it easy breathing, samavriti, which is equal waves, a pattern of the inhale and exhale. It's very comforting. Put your hand down, look over your right shoulder, cross your foot over. Put the toes on the floor. Wide open on the left side, a little compressed on the right. Keeping your eyes to one spot. Then as you turn your gaze and lift your left leg up, up, up. And put your knee down. This time bring your big toes together, take the knees a little wide, and settle back into child's pose. Stack your hands one over the other and put your brow just down on your hands. Or let your head go right to the ground. Take a few breaths here. And consciously melting, softening, especially through the belly, letting the heart space lungs, abdominal organs, everything melts. Low back softens, releasing tension. Back up to table position. Back into downward facing dog. A full body stretch, fingers to toes. Soften into your knees and walk. I call it a bear walk. It's not very glamorous. You walk your hands in, you walk your feet up. Sometimes it feels very awkward. Hang down in a rag doll with one hand at each elbow, dropping your head into that space. If that doesn't feel good, you can put your elbows on your knees. If you have unmedicated high blood pressure, any eye difficulties, you would keep your head in the same plane as your heart. Put one hand above each knee. Start to walk your hands up the fronts of the legs. Just a very classic lift, lift, lift. Shoulders up to your ears. They roll back, they slide down. And do it again. Lift the shoulders up, big squeeze. Roll back and down. Look down to your feet and set them what I call hip width apart. So they're parallel, ankles underneath the hip bones, lined up under shoulders, crown of the head towards the sky, and hands by your side. You can literally feel the squeeze that you can create when you hug the thigh muscles in towards the bones. And then if you put your hands on your abdomen and pull the belly in slightly, just underneath your fingers, we call that a flying up block. It lifts up the pelvic floor muscles as well, which is really strengthening and important for all ages, men and women. Squeeze the belly in, light squeeze in the buttocks, and hands down. The chin's level to the floor and you're standing in a way that's settled and strong and rooted. See if you can feel your feet underneath you, the soles of the feet pressing into the earth beneath you. And then the earth's energy rising up to meet the feet and flooding the body. Open your hands. Inhale, arms rise up. You just look forward, palms touch. Swim your arms out and come forward, down. Soften the knees a bit, reach your shins. Lift your gaze, inhale. Exhale through the nose and fold. Grab your calves and give your belly a squeeze to your thighs. And come back up, heads up, arms reach. Come on up, swooping up. Look up, palms touch. Draw your hands down in front of the heart. That's a half sun salute. We'll do it again. Hands down and inhale, rise up, look up. Exhale through the nose as you descend. Soften your knees. Maybe you reach even further. You don't ever have to touch your toes, but you might. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, back up. Press the feet down and rise up. Look up. Bring your hands down in front of the heart. One more time, hands down and inhale, rise up, look up. Through the nose, exhale, forward fold, creating a rhythm and a connection of breath and movement. I'm going to touch the ground alongside my feet. Look up, inhale. Fold as you exhale. This time, either grab your calves or wrap your hands behind the backs of your legs. And inhale, your head's up, arms reach. Come all the way up. As you come all the way up, look up at your hands. Lace your fingers to steeple position and look forward, framing your ears. This is mountain pose. Once again, having the sense of the earth beneath you, perhaps rocking a little bit from the ball of the foot to the heel. Recognize that beautiful lift of the arch. Both feet equal pressure, even pressure. Belly in, thighs engaged, the ribs draw down. The tail draws down slightly, not flattening, not tucking. The hips and pelvis are level. Lean to the right, Ardha Chandrasana, half moon, lift the chin and chest. And you've set yourself up and created the warm-ups so that you can stand and hold in this posture, this familiar side stretch. Inhale up to center, exhaling as you go to the left, lift the chin, the chest, press down your right foot. Come up to the center, open the arms wide. Reach back behind you, clasp your hands behind your back, squeeze. Separate your feet fairly wide, turn your toes in. Take a breath in as you look up, and when you exhale, come down, Yoga Mudra. As you fall forward, the heart comes first, the head then follows. and the heart lifts. Drop your head. The hands come up over your back. If they feel really super tight, you can bend the elbows. You can even rest your hands still on the back. Some people like to put a strap between the hands like a bathrobe tie or a man's tie, and then get a little further down. But the point isn't how far you go. It's really about feeling what's happening as you're traveling. Inhale, come up, come partway up, and exhale there. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale there. Arms float out to T. Your right foot turn at 90 degrees, and the left foot is still turned in slightly. Look over your right hand and bend into your right knee. This is called Virabhadrasana, warrior. In the warrior pose, look out over your fingertips. The front knee presses slightly to the baby toe side of your foot. The shoulders drop down. Take a peek at your back hand. Is it where you thought it would be? Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. And then look back over your right hand. And feel the place where the energy crosses over in the heart space, right? And all of these beautiful angles, strength, core strength, stability, more focused attention. Put your right forearm on your thigh with the palm facing up. Lift the left arm straight up. Still bent into the front knee. Look up at your hand. Side angle pose. This posture is very balanced. And imagine all the lines, the angles, the spaces, and places where energy, prana, can travel. Come all the way up, straightening your leg. Arms to T, palms down, parallel your feet. Place your hands at your waist. Exhale there. A good ready position. In between. Settled. Other side. Where's your mind? Turn your left foot exactly 90 degrees. Angle the right foot in. Get picky. Your front heel intersects the back arch. Bent into your left knee, pressing slightly to the baby toe side. Arms to T. Look over your left hand. Where's the right hand? Take a look. Up. Level, balanced, pretty much. Settling into the hips without letting the knee track any further than your ankle. Just hold and be and breathe. Finding your warrior energy and strength. Determined, willful, but peaceful warrior. Lay your left elbow on your thigh, palm up. Take the right arm straight up. Turn your gaze, look up. As you practice yoga over time, you'll notice that most likely you'll be exploring and experiencing the same postures over and over and over again. It doesn't have to get super complicated, but what you do is you fine-tune your ability to pay attention, to be present, and to enjoy where you are, breath by breath. Coming up, straightening the leg, reaching your arms to T, parallel your feet, turn your toes in slightly, turn your thumbs down and reach back, clasp your hands behind your back again. But this time, switch the lacing of your hands, put the opposite pinky on the bottom, the opposite thumb on top. Let your brain try to figure that out and take a big breath in. Exhaling as you fall forward. The heart comes forward and the head comes down and the heart is lifted. Known as yoga mudra, the word mudra means symbol. And the symbol of yoga is letting the brain drop down and the heart rise up, because this is a practice of the heart space. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to figure it out. You let the brain settle down and quiet and let the heart lead the way. Come back up, halfway, exhale. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale. Arms float out to T. Turn the toes out, turn the palms up, reach up, clasp your hands up overhead, flip the palms over, and sit down into your hips, into the knees, just as far as your knees say, that's all right, that's enough. The heart rises again. Steady, even breath, holding in goddess pose. You're going to strengthen the muscles that support your knees, those precious knees. taking extra care to not go beyond what is right for you, really paying attention, right? Not overriding your sensibility. Then straight legs, arms float out, over, down, and your hands rest by your thighs. Exhaling audibly. Heel toe your feet towards each other, and then bring them so that your feet are hip width apart. Hands at the heart, the Anjaline Mudra. Palms together, but then shift one thing. Bring one hand over your heart space, the other hand on top of it, and allow the eyes to close. And consciously soften the muscles of the thighs, the shoulders. Oh, letting out a breath that expresses this sense of softening, settling, and letting go. Feeling the heartbeat underneath your hands and appreciating your vitality and your aliveness. Once again, feeling the earth beneath your feet in a way that maybe you haven't paid attention since your last yoga practice, or the last time you stepped in, first time on the beach, or dewy grass, right, or rocky soil if you're barefoot. Take a breath in. Exhale, hands away. Whew, shake out your hands, shake out your feet. Whew, good work. There's always a balancing pose. In your balancing pose, let's just stand on one foot. Bring a leg up, out, and back. So bring your hands to your waist. Put the weight into your left foot. Go to the toes of the right. Squeeze the quad on that left leg. Squeeze the belly in and lift up your right knee. Perhaps you have to put it down and touch, and maybe there's a wall or a countertop that you can hang on to. And just stand and then stretch your leg out. Soft point the toe. Bend the knee again, lift it, and put it down. Mindful movement, pay attention, press down into the right foot, come up onto the toes, lift that left knee, shoulders back broad. One of my friends calls this the pirate pose. Hold, breathe. Stretch your leg out in front, soft point the toe. Yes. And then bend your knee again and put your foot down. Good. Anchor this left leg, send roots down through the sole of your foot. Put the right heel against your ankle. Squeeze your quad. Hands to the heart, tree pose. On one foot with the toes on the ground, or the heel lifts and the sole of the foot's higher up, not hanging off your kneecap, but reach up. Balance here. Again, that easy breathing through the nose, the soft smile on your face. Doing your best to be upright. And if you're just practicing, if you fall out, just bring yourself back. Open the arms, right? There's no final recital or graduation here. We're just playing. Palms down, slide down, foot to the floor. Exhale there. And as soon as you do, squeeze the quad. Put your heel against the edge of your ankle, further up. Hands at your heart. Lace your fingers and slide your thumbs up. Just this, there's nothing else to think about, figure out, nothing else to do. Putting all your attention on balancing and holding. Open the arms wide. So, that hurricane, the windiness, the rain that comes through. This tree is rooted, grounded, will not bend or break, might flow and bend, will not be uprooted. Firm and steady, both rooted and pliable, open. Hands come down, foot to the floor. Bring your palms together. Take a big breath in. When you exhale, eyes close and everything softens. The postures are metaphors for things that happen in life. And if you can find a way to be rooted and really grounded and solid, But be available for flexibility and changing your mind. All will be well. Big breath in, eyes open, exhale. Bring your gaze down, soften in your knees, flow down into ragdoll once again, and crawl down to table position. Slide your hands in front and the hips go high as the brow comes down. Perhaps you can flatten out the tops of your feet. Puppy dog stretch. Brow to the earth, quieting. Lift up your gaze, draw your hands in, and find your way onto your back. Coming down onto your back, slowly draw the knees in towards your belly and roll from side to side. Put one hand on each knee and circle the knees around. Once again, check in. Where's your mind? So that you don't go to autopilot. Other direction. And then belly gets a squeeze again. Lift your head and shoulders off the ground. Put your head and shoulders down, a big squeeze. You might get a gurgle of digestion. That's a good thing. Feet flat, hands by your side. Back bending, bridge pose. Feet, knees are about hip width apart. Press your feet to the floor and lift your bottom off the ground. Roll your shoulders back and forth. Clasp your hands under your back. If that doesn't happen, just keep your hands resting on the ground. Imagine there's a block or a cushion between the knees and you want to draw the inner thighs towards each other slightly. Keep your chin settled where it is. There's a soft curve in the back of the neck, the head resting comfortably on the ground without rolling your head from side to side. Feet press, hips rise, and hold. Coming out of bridge, release your hands. Unfurl your